You say we got nothing in common, no common ground to start from. We're falling apart. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany? She said, I think I remember the film now. As I recall, I think we both kinda liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we got. Hey, Drew here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com. I'm playing Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something, and I'm kind of showing my age a little bit. I remember when it came out, and I remember really liking it then, and it seems to have stood the test of time actually. I still think it's a really, really awesome song, but maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Anyway, still, it's awesome, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So, for those of you who want to learn a little bit more about strumming some open chords, then this is really the lesson for you. I'm going to be taking you through how to get the best out of your rhythm hand, because as you may have noticed, those of you who have been learning guitar, there's quite a lot of strumming involved, and we've got to understand that strumming to really get the song sounding at its best. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take you through the chords, okay? Now, the chords, it's based around D, G, and A. Okay, now there's a couple of variations on those which I'm going to take you through as well. So the first chord is a D, so you put your index on the 2nd fret on the G string, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the E string, and ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string here, okay? And for that chord you strum the bottom 4 strings. So that's the first chord. Let's also talk about how to do a G. Now for this we're going to be using what I call a folk G. It's still essentially a G, it's just got the little finger holding down. So you put your index finger on the 2nd fret on the A, middle finger on the 3rd fret on the E, ring finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, and then little pinky tucks underneath on the 3rd fret. For that chord you strum the bottom, all 6. Nice big bright chord. And then finally we're going to need to know an A chord. So an A chord, little finger on the 2nd fret on the B, ring finger on the 2nd fret also on the G, and middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D. If you don't know the names of the strings as I'm naming them, try this. Eddie, A, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. That's all the first letters, so E, A, D, G, B, E. Come up with your own acronym, something to help you remember the strings. I've had some great posts below my videos of some that other people have come up with, which I probably shouldn't mention here, but they're quite funny. Anyway, so you strum for the A, the bottom 5 strings, and it's just best to know the note names of the strings rather than the numbered system. I personally think that's a bit contradictory with the numbers on this hand. So anyway, that's the A. So, before we go changing chords, let's just start learning what the rhythm is. Now, we need to understand that we're going to start doing something called ghost strums. Now, ghost strums is where we're not hitting the strings, but we're still making the motion with our right hand. They are exceedingly important if you're a beginner, okay? Learn them, don't shortcut them. A ghost strum is not faster or slower than a regular strum, but they're necessary to keep your tempo and your timing. If you've got your timing right as a musician, then effectively you've got the right hand sounding awesome, okay? The one thing that everyone notices, if you're a musician or not, is when the right hand makes a mistake. If there's if there's a chord mistake, then unless it's like a real like humdinger, then people aren't really going to notice. So get this right, okay? Cool, so I'm going to pass this on to you. So we're going to start going down, miss, miss, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. Okay, so that's the beginning. Down, miss, miss, up, down, up, miss, miss. So I'm just going, there's a bit more. Down, miss, miss, up, down, up, miss, miss. Down, miss, miss, up, down, up. my mistake. Let's start that again. So it's down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss. There we go. Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss. And then to finish off, we're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now I know that seems like a lot, okay, and there is a lot of strumming in this. But if I were to do that faster, it doesn't seem like so much, does it? Okay, but slower down, it does seem like a lot to remember. You must do the misses, so I'll take it through with you one more time. Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. Okay, and that is what we call one bar. Okay, so that is in effect 4 beats. Okay, but they've all then been divided into 4. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. So it's just 4 beats for the time being. Okay, so let's see if we can now do that round in a circle, that rhythm. With these, start slow and then get faster. Don't start fast, because the chances are you'll make mistakes and it won't be accurate to what the song is. Okay? Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, down. Repeat, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss. Okay, so as I was getting faster, it's starting to sound more like the song. Start slow and build yourself up from there. Okay, now let's go back to that. So we go down, miss, miss, up, down, up, and on that up there we're going to change chord. Now it's not a big deal, all we're doing is changing to a D suspended second. Now to do that you just lift up the middle finger, simple as that. Okay, so you put the middle finger down to practice. So we go D, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. So I've really exaggerated it. Don't lift it this far when you practice, but I'm just doing it just to show you. So that's the up, miss, miss, and then we're going to put it back down again to make it into a regular D, up, down, up. And then finally, for this, the remaining down, up, we're going to put the little finger down onto the 3rd fret on the E string on the 3rd fret, and we're going to do that as a down, and then we're going to lift it up to reveal it back to a D, and that's for the up, down, up. Now I understand that's probably quite a bit to take in, so I'm going to do it as slow as I can, okay, and I'll call out the chords as you change. Down, miss, miss, down, up. So that up, sorry. So let's try that again. Down, miss, miss, up, down, up. Okay, let's do that again. Down, miss, miss, up, down, down. It's lifting up with the middle finger. Right, having a bit of a meltdown. I will try it one more time. So we go D, miss, miss, up, down, down. That's when we lift up the middle finger. Miss, miss, up, and then we put the middle finger back for this, up, down, up, then we put the little finger down, down, then lift up the little finger, up, down, up. Let's see if I can do it without talking. So you hear that little fingers there for just a fraction of a beat, just a 16th beat. Okay, good. I hope you're staying with me. Alright, very good. Now, we then change to a G chord. So you know about the change, so we're going to go to here. And that's down, miss, miss, up, down, up. So that's just the same as before. Down, miss, miss, up, miss. So down, miss, miss, up, down, up. And then we're going to go down on an A chord. Down, miss, miss, up, A chord. Up, down, up. nearly finished, so it's G, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. And then the ending, we're going to turn it into a suspended fourth. We're just going to move this finger out, leave these where they are. So move this out to the 3rd fret on the B string, strum that for a down, miss, and then bring it back where it was to an A, miss. So let's do that from the G. Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss. So I'm now going to do, that's the whole verse, by the way, so well done so far. Remember, you're doing it exactly the same as the guitarist is doing it on the record, and it's probably safe to say that he might have been playing guitar maybe a little bit longer than you have. Okay, so let's start from the beginning on that D. Seconds, D, 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 4th, D, 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 G, 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 A, suspended 4th, A. Okay, so you can see that it's quite fast, but there's a lot of elements to take in. Please, when you're practicing this, I know this from teaching a lot of people, keep ghost strumming, okay? It will pay off in the future. Now, it's probably a good time to mention this in the lesson. I've got a tab sheet for this where I'm not just showing you the chords, but I'm also showing you, using an arrow system, the rhythm, okay? So when to ghost strum, when to actually strum. So if you go to my website, if you click the link that I've just put below here, if you click that link, it will take you through to a little form to become part of my student area, to become one of the students in my student area. It's completely free. All it takes is an email address, and then that will take you through to tablature, part 2s of a lot of videos that I've done, videos you don't get on YouTube, and on top of that, you'll also get guitar playing tips and ways of becoming a better guitarist mailed to you. Okay, so you'll be popped on the mailing list, and it's just become a really, really good resource for all beginner guitarists, and I'm really, really proud of it. Good, right, so we're halfway, but have no fear because the second half is a lot easier than the first half, alright? So now we're into the chorus. So there's one new rhythm that we need to master, okay, but we're not messing around with chords so much, alright? So the rhythm is this. Down, miss, miss, that's becoming a bit of a theme, I hope you've noticed that. Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. Okay, so it's actually the same rhythm as the first line. So, just to go back to that first part that I taught you, that's just that we're moving chords. With this we don't need to, we just take a D and don't move anything around. Down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, up. The next chord is an A, and that's down, miss, miss, up, down, miss, miss, up, down, and then on this next down we're going to a G, and that's down, miss, miss, up, down. So it's actually the same rhythm for both. So we go D, okay, so there we go, that's the chorus, that's the I said what about, all that part. Okay, now, for most people who I've taught this to, the thing that's the biggest barrier, once you've understood about changing chord and keeping the ghost drums going, is speed and how to get it faster. Well, there really is no one way to do it. However, obviously constant repetition and making sure that you can change chords without even thinking about it. You shouldn't really even be looking at that hand. This hand is a lot more challenging than this hand. So that's one way. You need to get the left hand so that you don't have to think about it. The next way is speeding up in stages, okay? So you start at one speed, then get a little bit faster each time, making sure that you can still play it and that you're accurate. And then you get yourself to the point where you really can't play it anymore. It's starting to break up and it's not quite right. And then you slow that down a little bit, okay? And then that will seem faster than when you first started. So you're making kind of little step progressions, okay, each time. And that's a really good way of making things a little bit faster. Make sure you're holding the plectrum reasonably tight because there's quite a bit of strumming involved. And obviously make sure that we're always flicking our wrist, not strumming like this. Okay? So, once again, you can grab hold of the tab and a full rhythm breakdown over at my website, learnguitarinlondon.com. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Friday. Alright, take care. Bye.